about making the money. It's about making the name at that day for future benefits.
A voice for nation building, legacy makers, people's aspirations and people's responsibilities to create a better future, done in honor of the heroes.
It's been an interesting, for me, it's been an interesting ride. I've been around. I went to school at Divine World University. Um, Finished in 2002, and I started tourism and hospitality in Divine World. When I finished, I went to Transmigrini Tours, and my first ever job was to wash cars. Yeah. So after the tours, I would wash the cars. So, but I did that for probably like 3 weeks, and then I started tour guiding. And I've been a tour guide since then. I've had a lot of interesting experience. I've met a lot of interesting people along the way. But I worked with Transmigrini Tours. I worked myself up to becoming the operations manager of Transmigrini Tours as well at one stage. Then I went to work with Airlink. A lot of the jobs that I got in between were like sheer luck. When I was working with Transmigrini Tours, Mr. Jim Winfrey from Airlink in Medan called me up and was like, "Hey, are you happy out there? Do you want to come and work with me?" So I was like, "I want to work with you." Then he sent the little plane, an Islander plane, sent an Islander plane up, picked me up, and I came down and I started working with them. I worked with them for 2 years. Then I went back to Mount Hagen. But like Mount Hagen alone, I spent about 7 years. And I've been tour guiding in Mount Hagen. I went to the Sepik River, up and down the Sepik River, Tari, Lake Murray in the Western Province. Then I went to New Guinea, but before New Guinea, I worked with the Tourism Promotion Authority as the executive officer for the Papua New Guinea Tour Operators Association. I had a brief stint with the Royal Papua New York Club in Port Moresby as a F&B supervisor. Then, of course, from New Guinea, from TPA, I worked with New Guinea, and then after New Guinea, I came here. And I've had the opportunity, like when I was working with New Guinea and TPA especially, I had the opportunity to travel overseas and promote Papua New Guinea, the PATA, one of the biggest travel shows in the Pacific, Asia Pacific region. So we went to the Philippines. That was my first ever international trip. Then I went alone to Australia and did a 1 week promotion there as well in Sydney. And then I had luck was on my side, and I applied for something online, and I was shortlisted. And then I got waitlisted. After being shortlisted, I got waitlisted because they had already got everybody to go to the Hawaii. And a few days, probably a week before they traveled to the Pacific Tourism Fellowship Program, Pacific Islands Tourism Fellowship Program. A week before they traveled, I had lost hope. A week before they traveled, I got a message, an email saying that one of the people that was confirmed to travel cannot make it because of family reasons and things like that. They asked me if I think I can do everything in 1 week, like my passport and everything. And I was like, yeah, I can do that. I can do that. So I did everything in 1 week with my passports and everything, and I managed to get on with the other two Papua New Guineans, and we went and spent 6 weeks in the US, 5 weeks in Hawaii, and 1 week in Washington DC.
Wow, that's certainly
Yeah.
luck.
Yeah, definitely luck. And in Hawaii, we spent 4 weeks doing intensives. And I was also really lucky in Hawaii that I did my internship with a company called Polo Arends. It was more, not like an internship, but more like I had fun the whole 4 weeks because we were just working where movies like, the Jumanji, Wind Talkers, a lot of the movies were done. So, like taking people to places where the Kong Skull Island was shot, the bombs were, thrown by the planes from Nicolas Cage's movie, The Wind Talkers, where the Jurassic Park, Jurassic Valley, where the big, dinosaur jumped out of the water, and I thought those were like, it was just fun. It was just fun the whole week. Then of course we went to Washington DC, and 1 week we spent there, and to the White House, to the State Capitol building, and all those places that are now regularly on TV. I used to be there. My feet was there.
I've been there, set foot.
Yes, sir. Anyways, when I came back, I had a connection with I still have a connection with Bob Bates and Dominic Tulo, and I occasionally did tour guiding for them. And when I was doing tour guiding for them, I was literally traveling around PNG, and that's where PNG tour guide was born. I saw myself as like a national tour guide, just doing this for fun. And I was like full-time employed, but I used to do this for the 3 weeks that I was on leave. So yeah, it was fun. And one of my trips, I took one actor. Her name's Tova Felsa. Tova Felsa was one of the actors of the Walking Dead. The Walking Dead episode. The Walking Dead episode is I think The Rock also acted in one of them. But she acted as Miss Monroe. And you watch like in that episode, she at the end she becomes a zombie, and the sun shoots her. So I was lucky to take her around for 14 days, and it used to be fun. Anyway, so that's how we got here. But over the years, one of the things that some of my friends, like close friends, used to say was, I've had too many experiences, and they think that I could start something for myself. But I was too comfortable with the 8 to 5 job that I felt that it was hard. It was hard. Like the things that come to mind are things like if I start this and it doesn't work, how am I going to put food on the table? Things like that. But now there's one thing that we always read in startup books and things like that is the hardest thing to do when you're starting like a little thing for yourself is to start. That's the hardest thing to do. And I started, and for me, I couldn't have done it any other way. I think we can even organize things like diving with operators. So what we managed to do, and it's one thing that I wanted to do since starting my own little tourism business, is to involve as many people as possible. So for me, community inclusion and involving a lot of people is what I feel happy doing, because in doing so, you are spreading the business, you are making sure that at least many people benefit from the tourism pie. Unlike like in the past, there's just a few people, just the same old sites get the benefit, whereas like the whole of Western Britain, which has a lot of potential, like they hardly had the benefit of tourism. So just in the last ship on the 16th of June, last Monday, we got to involve the string band. We got to involve Gazelle International Hotel. There was a lunch that we organized there. The guys from Nibini Dive did our swimming with the dolphins. Then we got Corey to do the island hopping. We got the couple up at Annie Bake, Jeffrey and Vanessa. Jeffrey Mutia and Vanessa Lekwari. We got them to organize the village activities, which they took down to the Toma Valley. Got the people to get involved and took people to their backyards, to the famine trees and okra dryers. So I'm happy that we kind of involved like a lot of people, and I can only see that growing. I can only see us like expanding and involving more people.
Yeah. Right, Diti, I'd like to really sum this as you being a wow person, because I don't want to say, and also PNG tour guide, despite being individually running this with your family and with your small team, you've gone really far in really bringing out East Britain. Also, we can say the country as a whole to the international level. I do follow closely, your
Thanks for sharing all our posts.
I'm always, promoting. I'm always happy to promote, local SMEs, and for you in the tourism industry. Of course, we can find you on Facebook and on Instagram and LinkedIn, and I think you've recently had a website as well up.
Yes.
I'll allow you to market yourself.
Yeah. We have a new website. The tours that we are currently doing, I think one of our regular tours is the Volcano Hike. The Volcano Hike is one of our main tours, and the Rabaul area, Rabaul highlights. That's those two tours plus the war history. War history is the number 3 tour that we currently promote. And of course the island hopping. Island hopping, we run the tour. We are available every day. We are flexible to do tours every day. In our advertised prices on the website and things like that, we had like a minimum number of packs in order for us to operate the tour, but we were very flexible. Like I said earlier, sometimes for me it's not about making the money; it's about making the name and the day for future benefits of the company. So those are the tours that we're doing right now. Swimming with dolphins, we collaborated with New Guinea Diving Tours, and even with Kokopo Beach Bungalow. So that's another thing. Having mentioned Kokopo Beach Bungalow, I would like to on this juncture encourage a lot of hoteliers to reach out to us, to operators, and help promote our products, because they can use our products to complement their existing rooms and services that they already have in the hotels. It's a win-win situation for everybody. Everybody wins. So we are happy to work with anybody. Like we work well with KBB and Taklam and Nibini Dive, Kokopo Beach Resort. And now we have established a good relationship with Gazelle International Hotel as well. So we have we also we have a lot of guest houses. Sona's Guest House, what do you call it, holiday rental. You've got Kokopo Central Kokopo Apartments, or whatever it's called. Homestay Kokopo. There's a lot of homestays in Kokopo right now. We even, help build, renovated the homestay, and but then we had permanent tenants, take over it. But the homestay concept is also another really, really nice concept where, locals with tight budget, when they come, they like to stay there, and they cook for themselves and things like that. So we are encouraging that as well, and we're supporting them. We like to support just anybody that has a product that we can support. We go out of our way to try and support them.
So good on you, DT. Good on you, PNG tour guide.
Thank you.
So if you're a domestic tourist, international tourist, the right person and the tour guide, we would recommend a PNG tour guide for you to get in touch, make contact. You can find them on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and even the recent put up website. So I'm saying DT because we're both having the same initials. So,
DT,
but thank you, Dominic.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you.
Taking time out. Thank you.